Urban gardening. It's a worldwide phenomenon, a growing cottage industry that's been described as unlimited thinking in limited spaces. This story is local. A Bisbee, Arizona retired businessman takes a keen interest in the dire health needs of a small, impoverished neighboring town and the difference his efforts are making. The economic, social, and health benefits of community gardening in Naco, Sonora, Mexico. Our focus in this edition of America, Mexico, Today.
We have about 17 of these gardens in Naco right now, and through Emer and his dad's hard work and are trying to work with them to provide the equipment that they need to do this. I think we've got some answers to people's taking on better diets, eating healthier, and so forth, and they're really enjoying the fruits of their labor.
The mechanic and his family harvested some cucumber, and we're expecting for the rest of cucumber, but they will be coming maybe in the next 15 days. This is a sweet corn, yellow corn. The people here really love it. It needs some more water and maybe some fertilizer. My dad and I will be bringing some fertilizer to fertilize in this weekend, and we'll be watering. Some of the neighbors also have said that they would like to have their own gardens, but they just needed to see us in action, and for next year they will also take action on their own gardens. Okay, this garden is behind my house, and we are growing corn and some beans, and this is yellow corn also, and we have some white corn. We have two small sections, and also in here we have tomato and tomatillo. My dad just transplanted it last week. And in here we have, in the milk crates, we are growing squash, tomate, tomatillo, radish, and some chili. We also plant in buckets. We have a small backyard, but we have some fruit trees. In here we have 5 peach trees. And right now they have some fruit. But they will be ready to harvest on September or October. Mm-hmm. This is apricot, mulberry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a lot in a little space.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, that's why we have, in every season we have something to eat. We have another small garden that we provided the seeds to our neighbors. Uh-huh. Yeah, they have squash and corn. This is a very nice garden. I think this is the best that we have. And we started tilling 2 months ago. Mr. Oraldo just had some corn, but it didn't work, so we started again to till the place and also to plant again. And they have very good crops, so beautiful crops.
Este es nuestro jardín y gracias a los cuidados de mi esposo, que él es el que él está más pendiente de regar el jardín, y pues nos da gusto tener estas plantas, estas calabacitas, maíz, tomatillo, cebolla, frijol, rábanos.
And here we have some squash They are ready to harvest. In fact, if you can see, they have already some squash. Okay, we are at the orphanage. This is called the Casa Hogar. Here we have, well, the people have more than a dozen of kids. And Tom Carson asked us if we could start with a garden here for them. And last year, we came here with a rototiller to till the place. As you can see, we have 3 different sections right here. In the first section, right here, we planted chili and tomato. And then we planted squash, beans, corn, watermelon, cantaloupe, and they really have very good harvest. They harvest 800 corns and more than 600 plants of bean, very big bunch of squash. I think maybe more than 200 squash, and also tomato and chili. The greenhouse started as a project because we wanted to grow some things in there and then transplant them. The greenhouse is made of tire, and in the tire you put some dirt. And then we put some posts and to make the frame, and put some wire also, and they would put some plastic. This construction is made with recycled materials.
Water availability is very inconsistent. We're on orphanage property, and the system, sometimes the pumps break down, sometimes pipes break and so forth. So we try to do the watering when the water is available. We have a couple of hoses that we use now. What we're planning to do is put in a rainwater collection system off the main orphanage building and run the piping over this way as a way of trying to make use of available water. And the other thing is we'd love to have a drip system installed here so that it'd be available on a regular basis.
Well, Tom invited me to come down and take a look, and he introduced me to Naco Wellness and showed me around the clinics, and then he introduced me to Emer and his father and kind of told me a little bit about what they were trying to do, which was to proliferate gardens around the community. And so I've been coming down once a week and helping kind of direct focus on when to plant, what to plant, and just help them to prepare the first gardens for the mechanics garden, which is supposed to be a big community garden, and we hope to make that a demonstration site for all sorts of classes and stuff that can go on later on in the future. To teach people about growing food and the benefits and health that you get. So I'm really happy to be a part of doing something like this. I really believe in food for health, and I love to help in any way I can.
I have my garden 2 weeks ago. It's a big change of my life. I want to eat more healthy, and this is the work.
So this is the first time you've planted the garden?
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. We have squash, radish, corn, and a little beans.
Beans?
Uh-huh.
Frijoles?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
of course.
What's his name?
Diego is my little grandson. He helped me a lot with the garden.
We're trying to teach organic gardening and eliminate the use of pesticides, use of composting, and the use of flowers that will attract pollinating insects and so forth, and help in pollinating for the birds and the insects and so forth that will help control the population.
So let's explore the benefits of propagating gardens all over a small town like this, an economically challenged town like Naco, Sonora, population less than 7,000. To find fresh fruits and vegetables in the local mercantiles is oftentimes very difficult, if not impossible. And when you can find them, acquiring them can be quite difficult, if not impossible, for the poorest people in this community. So the economic benefits of these gardens is real simple. The gardens are inexpensive, very low cost in putting together and growing and maintaining and producing fresh fruits and vegetables, which ultimately we all hope will take the place of the less expensive foods that people eat when they can't find healthy food and they get diseases like diabetes and heart disease and die in great numbers. Diabetes, it's the primary impetus for the Garden Project here in Naco, Sonora. Tom Carlson of the Naco Wellness Initiative tells us that diabetes here in Naco is of epidemic proportions. Indeed, one family has 9 members that are suffering from diabetes due to poor eating habits and diet. The Health Federation of Mexico tells us 70,000 people a year die in Mexico because of diabetes. Here at the initiative, classes are taught on what kinds of foods to eat, what plants to plant, when and where to plant them. So this project is in full swing, and it will have its health-related benefits here in Naco, Sonora. As for the social benefits attributed to this great project, they may not be as obvious as the economic and health benefits, but they're there nonetheless. Let me explain. When people get together to build a community garden like this one here at the orphanage, or even a private garden, family and friends get together and work together to plant the garden, to maintain it, to water it, to weed it, and then to harvest it. That's a social benefit, but it doesn't stop there. People also get together to share the bounties of these wonderful gardens, the harvest. They share the food with family, with neighbors in need, and with friends all over the community. The social benefits are as meaningful as anything else when it comes to planting these gardens. We hope you've enjoyed our initial foray into Mexico on our new program, and we have lots more planned. For co-producer and writer Jonathan Shackett, I'm Chuck Alton, and thanks for joining us on America, Mexico Today.